Hey yo guys, what's good, what's happening, what's going on? It's early in the morning, but it's time to head off to the office. And we're in the office. Today would be the perfect day to mow the lawn. We got a nice overcast, the sun isn't out, and I might be able to attack that cabbage patch down there, known as my lawn. We'll see what happens at 4 o'clock. If it's piss and rain, I guess I'm out. And if it's not, I guess I'm in. But, yeah, still shedding like crazy. Probably definitely going to have to do my bedding tonight. I'm going to have to wash all that up and get all the dead head skin off. I know I tossed and turned last night because I woke up today and the fitted sheet was pulled clean off my bed. So that's fun. I'm going to make myself a breakfast shake because why the frig not, right? I was going to make some food, but I was like, I don't feel like eating. It's always good to start off your day with a good protein source. So I figure a whey shake. I'll throw in one of those athletic green pouches. Should be good. I don't know if this shit ever expires, this AG1, but it's like in a sealed package. The air can't get to it, so I can't see how it would go bad. Can't see how it would go bad. You know what's really fun to do with these shakes is you throw an ice cube in it before you blend it, and it comes out like ice cream. All it takes is one ice cube. Plop that in there, add a bit more water, put your lid on. I'm going to turn on the hot water, get it nice and hot so I can clean out my cup. Come over to the Ninja, pop that on, give it a quick little blast. It's been a while since I've made a shake. And then do a shot of NMN, get the old cells regenerating better. And we're good to go. We're good to go. Nice. Alrighty guys, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been a slow day, which I appreciate. I've been lathering that aloe cream on my head like crazy. Been peeling a lot. Starting to come back to a uniform color somewhat. Freaking side of my head gets itchy. I started scratching and it's freaking snowing in my room. Like, that's disgusting. But whatever. Tonight after work, we're going to have to mow that lawn. Sun or no sun, it's got to get done. It's not going to be fun. I don't mean to rhyme. I've been drinking water like crazy too. This is the second time I come down to fill this damn thing. 52 ounces per jug. Yeah, it's funny. The back of my head feels super tight, like I'm wearing a set of like I have my bone conducting headphones on permanently. Which, after looking that up, it means that the skin healed, but it healed too tight, which is no bueno. Will it stretch? Probably. Hopefully. Yeah, I figured tonight we'll mow the lawn, and then I might head down the Trout Lake with that new lure that I showed you this morning. Or maybe I showed it to you yesterday. I think I showed it to you yesterday. My Mark III crankbait. I want to see how it swims. So I figured we could tie it on to something, send it out, and see if it actually works or not. Hopefully it does. Otherwise, back to prototyping. Because if I can get that thing to work, I can print off a batch in PLA+. We can get the airbrush working out in the garage on the big compressor. We can print some off, or paint some up, and then maybe try and catch a fish on them at some point. I don't know when though. Yeah, the shad flies were out in full force again last night. I had friends that were out and about and showing pictures of their cars on Facebook just littered with shads. Like every square centimeter had a freaking shad fly on it. And the last thing you want to do when your window's covered in shad flies is turn the wipers on. Because let me tell you, that just makes a mess on your screen and you won't be able to see anything at all from your window. You can spray all the friggin' bug juice you want on it. Forget about it. Anyway, like I said, today's been pretty dead, pretty quiet. Tonight I do not have martial arts because I'm still not feeling it. Next week we'll get back into the swing of things. Alrighty guys, it's after work. I need to go out and mow that lawn. It's sunny again. It's not cloudy, but I gotta get it done. If I just do the front lawn, I just do the front lawn. I'm not as bad as I was. Like, I managed to peel a lot of it off. And that aloe vera shit that Sarah brought me is really working. I don't know if the purpose of that is to make the skin peel quicker. I don't know. But I still look like I should be selling tacos. Anyway, let's get out there and cut that freaking lawn. Why did I grab my keys? I'm not going anywhere. But this whole time I was trying to find these freaking things for the GoPro that allow me to put a 1/4-inch screw on a GoPro mount so I can mount something in the Trans Am so that I can start driving the car and vlogging from it. And I finally found them today. I went digging through and I finally found them. Guys, I'm just gonna stick a GoPro mount right on the dash pad. They're easy to remove. It's not a big deal and it should do the job. Let's go see if we have any dirt daubers in here. Surprisingly enough, we don't. Surprisingly enough, it's very quiet in here. That's good. And at some point we got to try out the injector after I fixed it. See if we can make some more curly tail grubs. But today's plan is to cut the lawn, test that bait, and go from there. Not sure what I'm gonna do on the weekend because they keep changing the weather on me. At one point it's like it's gonna be raining, and then at another point they're like, oh, there's probably not gonna be rain. Like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna head up the North Highway and find a body of water and throw lures at it, or if I'm just gonna say screw it, it's raining, and drive to Costco and go pick up a bunch of supplies for the house. Because now I can do that. Could have easily got a membership at the Costco prior, but you know me, this thing's all loaded up. It's probably the easiest mower to use in the history of mowers. I told Dad he should get one of these. He could easily get away with one battery, and Mom could use it too. Like, honestly, to start it, you can one-handed. That's it. That's all there is to it. Like, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And Mom wants to cut the lawn, and I'm like, just get one of those, Dad. Friggin' easy. You don't have to sit there and reef on a cord. Don't have to worry about changing the oil every year. Just press a button and you're good to go. It's sweet.
Plates are spinning, slicing green. Morning light in my neon scene. Quiet home, no gas to burn. Ryobi's charge, it's my turn. Electric power cutting green. Brightest stripes you've ever seen. Quiet home, no gas to burn. Mowing grass to my own song. Electric power cutting clean. Brightest stripes you've ever seen. Silent thunder hums along. Mowing grass to my own song. Batteries full, I own the yard. Precision mowing, no disregard. The future's here in every pass. Electric dreams beneath the grass. No fumes, no roar, just energy. This is my electric symphony. Ryobi glows like a neon sign. This lawn is cut, this yard is mine. Electric power cutting green. Brightest stripes you've ever seen. Quiet home, no gas to burn. Mowing grass to my own song. Electric power cutting clean. Brightest stripes you've ever seen. Silent thunder hums along. Mowing grass to my own song. Grass with bow as I stride through. The future's bright in emerald hue. Ryobi leads my quiet crusade. This lawn's my canvas freshly laid.
There, backyard's done. Got some more friggin' hogsweed growing over there. Cow parsnip. Yeah, that's cow parsnip. Stalk's not big enough for hogweed. Still, don't get that on your skin. Getting that sap on your skin will give you bigger burns in the sun. All right, now I gotta do the front yard. I don't know why, but there's a garbage truck or something outside my house. I'm not sure what the hell's going on. This just showed up here. I don't have my phone on me. Otherwise, I get Gemini to identify it. You know what? Let me show you this really cool feature that was added to Gemini. Let me get my phone. Hey Gemini, what kind of plant is this?
That's curly dock, also known as Rumex crispus. It's a common plant that you'll often see in fields and along roadsides. Did you have any questions about it?
How can I get rid of it?
If you want to get rid of it, you can dig up the taproot. Just make sure you get the whole thing. You can also use a broadleaf herbicide if digging isn't an option. Do you want to know more about either of these methods?
No, I'm good. Pretty sweet, eh? Gemini has the ability now to use your camera to look at things and get an idea. Now, she said I can probably take up the taproot, but that's in there good. So that's going to require digging. So instead, I'm going to run it over with the lawnmower for now. We'll dig it up another day. All right, so I ran out of freaking line on my string trimmer. I've had that thing since what, 2022? It took me 3 years to burn through a spool. That's not too bad. Hey, that's not too bad. Apparently you can just buy those spools preloaded for that one and you're good to go. But, you know, I might just spool it myself. How hard can it be? Anyway, guys, something I want to do is I want to add a quick connect to one of my rods. We're testing that crankbait out. It's probably not going to be the Shimano. Probably going to be, I'm going to add it to the 6-foot Daiwa. Just because those, yeah, I was wondering what that tractor was doing over there. alongside my house, and it turns out they're doing construction down one of the courts, and they couldn't get the truck in there, so they just parked in front of my place and drove their gear down to do what they gotta do, and looks like they're about ready to leave. Dude, look at me, I'm breaking rules. I'm bringing back London, Ontario grass to North Bay. Just kidding. That'd be a rule break if I were bringing back China grass to North Bay and throwing it on the ground and not disposing of it properly, like in a fire. Alright, get rid of that. Where'd that little pinot go? For crying out loud. Why would I put a black clip? There it is. On a black background, eh? Yeah, this is something that Where's Bobby also does, is he uses these quick connects because he can't be bothered to tie. And my question was, I'm like, doesn't it hurt the action? And he goes, no. And this is a guy who fishes a lot. So that's why I was kind of shocked to see him being using mono instead. And when I said, well, what about fluoro? And he said, I hate fluoro. And I'm like, really, why? And he never got back to me because he had a fish on the line, and well, fish precedes all questions, right? You get a fish on, and then whatever the conversation was just ends, and then we just focus on getting that fish in the boat. So I'm going to try something in the near future. See, back in the day, Sarah bought this line called copolymer, and she hated it. So she quickly went out and bought some trilene and put that on her line, and she was happy again. But everybody I talked to said the best copolymer is some Go Yuri from Japan. Basically, it's monofilament coated in fluorocarbon. And they said it's like the best of both worlds. You get the sensitivity of fluoro with the sponginess of mono, but one other thing you get that's really nice is the durability of fluoro. See, I find monofilament line, you can bite through it. Like, you don't need scissors to cut it when you got your lure on. You want to take the tag end off, just give it a light nip and it'll snap. Try doing that with fluoro, and you'll probably be seeing a dentist. Because let me tell you, fluorocarbon, not so generous. This reel is working perfectly again. I have no idea what the frig I did to it, man. But now it's good. Should put a plug on it, take it in the backyard, cast it around, and see if it's going to act up. What I should have done was save that J braid, put it on this instead of the Power Pro, because the Power Pro is pretty much screwed right now. Sound like a piano hitting a key there for a minute. But yeah, this Power Pro has lost all of its color, all of its shimmer, all of its luster. It looks like old sewing line now. All right. I don't know what the hell happened at that pay pond, why it all of a sudden completely screwed up on me. And now it's working like how it should have been working the whole time. Freaking blows my mind, man. It was a good time fishing. It's just it sucks when your gear fails you. And then you're all stressed out. Like, you're not stressed out, but like I was pissed off because it's like, frig sakes. I have one rod left. And son of a bitch, you know? Like, son of a bitch. I was having good times catching fish on that 5-inch fluke. But tonight, it's not the fluke's turn. It's the cranky bastard's turn. That's what I'm going to call that lure once it's done. Skivin's cranky bastard. The square-billed crankbait from hell. And I got something to show you guys, actually. Because I forgot that I did this. Oh yeah, and I also ordered my fishing shirt. Which is basically a jersey with a hood and hand covers. Made out of sweat wicking material. Kind of like the shirts I always wear. And not only that, it's got a sweat wicking hood with a face mask. So this burn that I have, that's never freaking gonna happen again, unless it does. So keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, I got something to show you here. I found this box over on my barbecue. Sarah gave me this box in 2020 when I first started fishing to put some lures in. I figured it'd be enough. And then I bought Canadian Tire's lure section. Cranky Bastard Mark 1. I put a paint job on it. And I remember I brought it down to the lake and I was like, oh, it doesn't work. That sucks. But I also made a version of the Rapala F5. Oh, hello. You got me? I also made a version of the Rapala F5. Nice freaking lure. That one works. And then I just made a standard jerkbait style lure. But something went weird with the 3D printer and it chopped the nose off. And I don't know why. But those two work. It's just a cranky bastard that I can't seem to get it to freaking do its job, and I don't know why. So I'm hoping Mark III tonight does its freaking job. Because if it does, because like the Mark I doesn't have eyeball sockets. You notice that, right? Mark II didn't have eyeball sockets. I have a Mark II plug over here. Did I take it off and put it over here? I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Okay, I don't know where it is. Not a big deal. I didn't leave it. Oh yeah, there it is. I think it's a Mark II. Yeah, it's a Mark II. So I got a Mark II plug right here. and it had the eyeball socket, so I installed eyeballs on it. Gave it a stupid paint job, won't swim. And I think I figured out why. See, when I made the Mark II, I put a swim bladder in it. Best bug spray on the planet Earth. When I made the Mark II, I put a swim bladder in it. The Mark I didn't have one. It was just a solid piece of plastic with a BB on the bottom. It was so damn heavy that the moment it hit the water, it was gone. It just sunk like a rock. So I figured, let's put a swim bladder in it. So I put an oval swim bladder in the top, rounded to the body, but shaped like an egg. Problem is I didn't center it in the bait. What I did this time around was I took the bait mold, like the actual copy of the bait, and then I chopped it from the, I want to say 3/4 of the way up, down, shrunk it about 5%, made it a hollow imprint, stuffed it inside the bait. That should give me the buoyancy I need to keep it on the top of the water when it's not moving, and hopefully the little finny thing puts it under the water when it is moving. I guess we'll find out really soon, eh? All right, the time has come. Let's go down to, I need my wallet and my phone. Go down to the lake. Just gonna go to our usual testing grounds, Armstrong. See, if I had a larger area, I would set up a tank like Marlene Bates has. I don't really make baits very often. Then once I perfect them, I just replicate them. Once I have the STL file down to a science, after that, it's just a matter of constantly printing them off. And I can't remember, I think it was Justin in the chat, and by the chat I mean the comments, who said use tree supports instead of square supports because they're easier to remove. And I can confirm you, my friend, are correct, because I didn't realize the software I have can do tree supports, because in basic mode it doesn't give you that option, but in advanced mode it totally does. So I used tree supports to generate the supports, and they were way easier to remove and didn't leave as much messed upness to the guy. See, I should have had one of these when I was down at Bloke's, then I wouldn't be having this problem. Instead of flying the Mohawk, I figured I'd put this on right now. All right, we'll get in the truck there in a second. I'm just gonna tie this off on the line, and we'll see. This is the only time I'm going to say this, guys. I hope I don't catch a fish, because literally these screw eyes are only screwed on. I do not have them glued in. So if a fish bites this, chances are the screw eyes are going to break off, and that fish is going to be swimming around with a new friggin' piercing. All right, let me get this attached, and I'll be with you in a minute. I don't know, guys. Armstrong's the closest lake I can think of going to test a lure. It should be pretty dead there. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's freaking hot out, so everybody's going to be swimming. But the dock should be okay just to fire a few casts out and see how well it does. I'm going to use the new Daiwa Crossfire. I keep forgetting the name of it, damn it. The one that I got from down south. Yeah, they sell those kits up here at our Costco in Sudbury. Pretty good kit if you think about it. The Crossfire itself sells for, what are you doing, Ram? You backing into your driveway? Trying to be a Pantene Pro? Holy frig. Let's go, bud. Like, for what you get out of the kit, you get 3 fairly nice lures, probably $10 a pop. And then you get the rod, which I priced just the rod and reel on Amazon alone without the J-braid. The rod and reel sells for $89. Goes on sale for $40 from time to time, but right now it's not on sale, so we won't talk about it. And then you get the J-braid, which is like $15 line. So if you think about it, you're getting a $130 value for $79. And if you're a brand new member at Costco, you get a $40 gift cert. Mine didn't come in time. It came in the mail later on, so I still have it. So the next time I go shopping at Costco, I can get $40 off my order, or my pay, or whatever you want to call it. $40 off my purchases. I do end up going to Costco this weekend. It's like, I don't know what I really need. I don't need shit tickets. I just checked today and I still have that. I forgot that I bought that new bag of the red kind, which apparently I'm not supposed to buy because that kind's made in the Americas. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about that. Honestly, guys, I'm so done with this tariff nonsense and stuff, and buy Canadian and stuff. If they want us to buy Canadian, they would just stop bringing in American products. If they wanted to enforce it, they would do that. Just like if they wanted us to stop smoking, they would stop putting tobacco on the shelves. They want us to stop drinking, they stop putting alcohol on the shelves. You want something to stop? Stop offering it. That's all you gotta do. Oh, you're gonna buy Canadian only. Okay, well then why are there American products on the shelves? I'm sorry, but the Canadian toilet paper leaves lint on my arsehole every time I wipe. American toilet paper just takes the turds off without leaving a ball of lint behind. It's a better product. I'm gonna use it. But this, like, I don't know, it's just so annoying. But yeah, this is the reason why I go to this lake, guys, is because it's just around the corner from my house. Like, I could have biked here probably in the same, oh my goodness, look at that parking lot. She is jacked. Everybody's probably at the beach swimming. Hopefully there's nobody at the dock fishing. No, just a guy launching a boat. All right, I should be able to test my lure out if I can find a spot to put my truck. That's handicap parking, that's handicap parking. All right, we're gonna have a bit of a walk ahead of us. Oh shit, I could have parked right there. Whatever, I'll park right here. Oh, I'll park right here, we're good. All right. I'm going to turn you guys off, switch over to the GoPro, and I'll be with you in a minute. Alrighty, I'm only going to bring down the lure itself with the rod. I'm not going to grab a tackle bag or anything. Hopefully nothing eats, because I hate treble hooks. So luckily, I'm making crankbaits, right? Like, because I'm that smart. I'm that smart of an individual. We'll just flick this around, see how the action is. Hopefully I can get it on camera. Hopefully it works this time around. I really don't want to have to go to Mark 4. It's going to be like Iron Man's suit. I'll be up to Mark 72 before the damn thing actually works properly. But see how well this thing flicks. Should cast far. This friggin' rod's a noodle rod. Should be able to send it. But it's not about sending it, it's about when I retrieve it, that it doesn't do death spirals and it actually looks good. I also don't have pliers on me, don't have my multi-tool on me. God, I hope nothing eats. This is the first time you're gonna hear me say that. That's a nice friggin' boat. Holy shit. Hello. One day, boys. One day. All right. Does it float? Yes. Does it swim? No. Why won't you swim? Oh, wait a second. It does swim. It does crank. It finally works. All right, let's sail it out and see if we can feel it in the rod. There's a dragon boat. Feels like it's knocking. Feels like it's catching weeds. No, it works. See, it works. Once it catches, it works. I just can't whip it out because I don't have a good hook hanger on it. Or a good, literally they're just screwed in. They're not glued or anything, the eyelets. But it does what it's supposed to do, so that's pretty sweet. There's not going to be any fish here, mind you, but well, that time it didn't because it caught grass. But this boat launch is very busy right now. But the fact that this thing works, that is awesome. That makes me super happy. That means we're on to something, boys. Mark 3. Now all I need to do is just fix it up a little bit, clean up my print it in different colors. I can probably even make a glow-in-the-dark one because I have that filament at home now. I bought some iridescent freaking filament. So we can set that up and then sail some glow-in-the-dark shots. Hit them with a UV light or just be out in the sunlight and let Mother Nature charge it up and then cast it in and have it glow. On those days when the water's murky, sail out a glowing shot and the fish will be like, I want radioactive bait. And they come and nom it. All right, we'll see you back at the dock. Let's try and catch a fish. Hey guys, I just thought of something. We don't need to just go home. There's a spot I wanted to check out for a while now down by the park. Not this park, a park out by my buddy's house. The guy that I normally go boat fishing with. And I figure we're already out and about. Let's go check it out. So, time lapse to the park. Now I would say, does this look familiar from 2 years ago? But then I recalled that I didn't film that session on the kayak. It's my first time on the kayak. And my friend Adam and I came down here and we launched on the other side, went all around the bay and came out on this side. And it took us 5 hours to do the trip. And I caught 2 bass. He caught a pike and a bass. And we're just throwing lures at people's docks from the kayaks. But basically, I'll show you over here. You could fish right here. We might throw one in right here. It's pretty shallow though, but it's got a lot of reeds, so it might be good. It might be juice. Usually there's people swimming down here. Further up there's a beach. But yeah, there's a bunch of... This is Trout Lake, the lake I was just fishing on. And then if we cross the road and go over to the other side, it's 4 Mile Bay, the lake my buddy used to live on when he lived at home. We do have to be a little bit careful though, because this is bear country. And I have come back from my buddy's house a couple nights and seen bears in this area. And I don't think I can do much damage with a noodle rod. So if we see a bear, we're basically dead. Just point that out. However, I was told that if you come down here to 4 Mile Bay, should have brought my sunglasses so I could see through the water. Oh, I have them. They're in my backpack. Never mind. But if you come down here, so this is 4 Mile Bay. When me and my buddy go fishing on the boat, this is the lake that we fish on. Apparently over here, there's a hole where bass like to hang out, allegedly. But I'm looking at the shaded area over here. Yeah, this beach, people come and swim down here. Looking at this stuff over here thinking it's kind of juice. What happened? What happened? 1 second, I got a wing knot in my reel and get this reel back in and fix it because it's broken. This wind is where you'd want a spinning setup. Mind you, you'd probably just eject a bunch of line and go nowhere anyway. Okay, it's still doing that. It's getting caught up. There we go. Okay, what the frig, man? Do I have to spool this whole thing? You were giving me no problems down at the other place, and now you're giving me problems. It's probably because of the wind. I'm not seeing any fish over here. I want to try and put it into that log. It's pretty windy down here. But he told me there's a hole over here that you can hit, and I think it's that dark spot right there, but I don't think I can hit that with this because for some reason, when I try to do long bomb casts, it doesn't want to cooperate, or it just picks up a bunch of seaweed. All right, it's all gone now. No, but it's pretty shallow here. Let me see if I get closer to that hole, if I can hit it. I can see it, it's right there. It's right over there, straight ahead. I could try the weeds on the other side, or the reeds, or whatever you want to call it. I just don't know how to get clear access to them, because if I catch a fish, that means I got to pull it all over that shit. And that probably won't be easy. Okay, pull all this out. You see what color the line is now? That's what color it should be. That's what color it was when I first bought it. Notice how it's slowly getting whiter? Yeah. Power Pro loses its color pretty damn quick. I think what they do is they make the strands and then they just dye them, but they only dye the outer layer. They don't dye the individual strands. Where J-braid, the individual strands are dyed, so it lasts longer. It keeps its color. Like that shit that bloke's using, the Go Tour fishing line. I have some of that on my spinning setup. So I had no line when he gave me that Rapala reel. So he just said, oh, I got a whole bunch of Go Tour downstairs. Just pick the poundage you want and load it up and you're good to go. So that's what I did, is I picked the poundage I wanted, loaded up a reel, and I've been using that for float fishing for a while now, and it's holding its color. So I'm pretty sure it's just Power Pro, because they do coat the line in some sort of like a Teflon to make it cast smoother through the guides, which is why when you catch a fish on it, you don't hear the typical zzz, 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 zzz that you hear with normal braid. What's that sound again? Zzz, 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 zzz. No, but we launched our kayaks from here 2 years ago, and then we went straight down that way to the Narrows, cut through the Narrows, and then came around on the other side of the bay, and the whole time all we were doing was throwing lures at people's docks and shit. Like, we weren't hitting their docks, but we were getting pretty damn close. Like, I was because I'm level with the water in a yak, I was like loop spinning and throwing it underneath their dock, letting it sit and just get munched. And then we went to the spot where me and my buddy always go, that circle down at the end once you pass the Narrows, and I caught a bass under a bunch of lily pads there. That was fun. That was fun to deal with on a kayak, guys. I didn't have a net on me, which reminds me, I do want to go to Dollarama and buy one of those little bitch nets that they have, the little $4 jobbies. Bobby was telling me that somebody on Facebook Marketplace in London is selling those little bitch nets for $40 a pop. They're like $4 at Dollarama. Somebody's selling them for $40 a pop. Like, are you freaking for real right now, bud? Nobody's gonna spend that when they can just go to Dollarama and spend $3, $4, whatever it is. Oh, did I wrap up? Yep. Fishing in the wind is hard. You know what, let's go over to the other side and see if there's anything in those reeds. This is pretty shallow. We're still set up for weedless, so let's go over to the other side and see if we can find anything. Just gotta watch out for slithery frigs. Hey, I know that truck. It belongs to a guy who makes videos on YouTube. Oh, there's a big freaking pile of dog shit right there that I almost stepped in. That'd have been awesome. Because of my effort to dodge the dog shit, I tangled up my lure. See, there's probably a bunch of panfish in here. I can't really see there being actual fish, but let's get as close as we humanly can without dying. Let's see if we can fish these reeds without catching reeds. I just saw a pike surface over there. Oh no, it's not a pike, it's just a rock head. Okay. The spot looks juicy though, right? All these reeds for cover and shit. No, this is a hard lake to bass fish, unless you know where to look. The thing is I know where to look, but I need to be on the water, not beside the water. You gotta be kidding me right now. Okay, we're free. We're free again. Let's go check the other side where it's not so weedy. I also don't think it's that deep out here until you get out to the eddies out there. And I can't see a clear shot unless somebody lets me use their dock. Also, I don't know how my GoPro battery's doing because I don't have a battery pack with me. I'm running off the internal battery alone. So it's probably not living its best life. Keep an eye on the ground for dog poop. How are we doing for battery life? We got 51%. But I don't know how quick that's going to drop because I'm not using an authentic GoPro battery. I'm using a Chinese one that I bought. Oh, that looks clear up there. I might be able to sail it up the coastline. Shall we go have a look-see? Are there people down here having a picnic? No. Here's another beachfront area where you can swim. So probably not going to be the greatest for fishing. But you never know unless you give it a go. Yo, yo. Got a nice park area here for kids. That wasn't there when we were little guys. Bet you if I had some worms and a bobber set up, sail that out and I can catch panfish. Those friggin' things are everywhere. Yeah, it's a good little park to come and swim in or launch your kayak. Because yeah, we picked up our kayaks here. We launched them over on the other side. We picked them up at this beach and just dragged them up and threw them in the back of Adam's truck. Adam has the exact same kayak as me, except for his is red. Oh well, I guess you can say we came out casting. One bonus to the ordeal today was we tested the bait and it works. So that's pretty cool. I can feel something nibbling it, but I know it's a panfish by the way it's hitting. It's like a little rock bass because it's doing the tap, tap, tap. Yeah, he just hit it again. He's not going to be able to slurp back this hook. That's how good that paid pond was, guys. The rock bass there had a face big enough to choke back an EWG. Like, that's a quality rock bass for you. All right, guys. I'm going to get the frig out of here, and we're going to head her home and finish off this video. Oh no. Alrighty guys, so lawn is cut, nice. Mark III works great, nice. I forgot that I had a clip on it and it wasn't tied directly to the line. That might have been why it was acting kind of weird because the clip isn't a swivel, it's just a clip. So if it's trying to pull upright, it's gonna turn the bait over. So maybe I'll put a swivel clip on it or something. That might help. Or just tie it directly to the line like I normally do and that'll work great. So the fact that these both work is awesome. So what I might do, I got some silver silk PLA, which basically prints pretty much so that the item looks like it's made of metal. And then I can just paint it up from there, add some scale pattern, whatever I want to do, and make it look good and try and catch a fish on it. Now the reason why I was worried about that other one is those hook eyes are literally just screwed in. There's no 5-minute epoxy holding them in place, nothing. If a fish would have bit and it was a substantial fish, probably would have torn the friggin' hook holders right out of the bait or tore my line right out of the lure and that fish would have had a frickin' crankbait stuck in its face. I'm just happy it works. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time guys, live it to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.